So I've been using Sunday Lawn Care for about a year, and for those of you that don't know, Sunday Lawn Care is a subscription-based program that you sign up for, and throughout the growing season they will mail you these like nutrient pouches that you spray on your lawn. They'll do the timing for you and the quantity and everything, and they'll send you instructions on how to apply it. It's a lawn kit for your grass that you just follow the instructions, and it should help maintain better nutrients in your soil to promote a better lawn, all without using substantial chemicals or pesticides and herbicides. So after a year of using this, I have some feedback as to exactly how it affects the lawn and the noticeable changes that I can see coming from this program. So the final pouch that I received was a Winterizing pouch. So that pouch is supposed to help you through the winter, and then come spring, you're not supposed to have this like really yellow, dead looking lawn. It jumpstarts your lawn so that the return grass is actually very strong, and it'll actually outcompete the weeds to get a firm grip before the growing season gets underway. So I live on a corner property, and being on a corner property means that when the plow comes by with all the snow, it dumps all into the corner of my section of the lawn. You know, the snow, it's not just snow, it comes with everything that's on the road, which includes anything that they spray down, like the salt brine, the oils from the car, and just the dirt. Everything ends up in the lawn. That goes into the soil, and it can throw off my pH, it can throw off, the acidity, and everything in that section of the grass can just be completely annihilated. So coming into spring, instead of having a bunch of dead patches on the lawn, I actually had pretty decent growth. Some areas were really nice, so that's where the grass seeds took hold last year, and I have very good dense green grass. The areas that usually are dirt were filled in with some greenery. It wasn't all grass, it was some clovers and some other vegetation. But the thing is, it wasn't completely it wasn't all dead. There was something there, which is a big step up from the previous year. So for the first cut of the season, I took my lawnmower up to the highest setting and was able to just basically trim the top off of all the grass. Some areas I had to cut a lot off. They were growing in heavily, whereas others, such as that light green area, I don't think I cut anything. It was all very low to the ground, which was good because I just let it grow. And then over the next few weeks, the grass finally caught up and grew in to establish itself in that free area. But you know what was surprising though? The best grass was actually underneath the trampoline. We put the trampoline out maybe about beginning of March. So from beginning of March till like the beginning of April, all that grass grew under the trampoline. There was a lot of super soft grass underneath and very little weeds, which kind of tricked me. I thought the area under the trampoline would be dead, but I guess that's a great growing environment. The amount of clovers actually were decreased this year. I used to have like entire swaths of clovers, and while I don't mind them, I'd rather have some grass. So if I had grass mixed in with clovers, sure. This year, I think the grass was actually able to establish itself before the clovers really started growing. So now I have a good mixture of grass and clover, and I don't mind it as much, so I might just leave them grow this year. So while trying to renew my subscription for this year, they wanted me to just reorder everything that I've initially ordered last year, but I didn't want everything again, so I wanted to try something different. In order to do that, I actually had to go into my subscription and manage my service. Then you can go in and remove the stuff that you don't want, and then finally I hit renew. So basically I just renewed the lawn care package, which is like the nutrient pouches, and then I think it comes with a new spray head and a soil test kit. The new stuff that I wanted to buy this year was a different version of the Dandelion Doom and the Weed Warrior. So if you remember last year, I got these spray bottles, and the bottles were terrible because when you squeeze them, a little bit of the fluid would actually come out where the trigger is. So by the time you're done spraying across your whole yard, it was all over your hands and it just made a big mess. After perusing their site, I found out that you can get these little pouches. So these pouches, you get a concentrate that you put in there and you dilute yourself. Then you have this electronic wand per se that when you squeeze the trigger, it actually has a motor inside of it that'll pump out the substance and sprays it across your area. So instead of having to trigger by hand to spray, I can just squeeze a button and then the motorized wand will spray it out for me. Along with the upgraded sprayer, I noticed that Sunday now offers tools, garden, and plants. So on the tool side, I ordered a couple of cultivators and some trowels and a weeder, thinking that I was just going to get, one of each. Turns out it's a pack of 3 each. So I have about like 12 tools that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with. And also the Sunday tote thing that you can put all your tools in. Well, it turns out they give you really nice stainless steel powder coated Fisker tools. And I honestly would have been fine with that. So instead I ordered the DeWitt and the tote. And now I have so many tools, I don't even know what to do with. They also offer Greenworks lawnmower, electric lawnmower, along with a leaf blower and electric trimmer. I've been using Cobalt for the longest time, so I don't really have a reason to upgrade. Maybe if they have like the entire 80 volt line, maybe I'll buy that. But at the moment, I'm already electrified, so I'm good there. If you're interested in buying plants and flowers and bushes and everything, Sunday ships it to you in boxes and they wrap it in plastic. They put it in the dark box and it could be in there for a couple of days. So by the time it gets to your house, some things may be a little withered, so you'll have to open it up, give it some water, and just let it, rejuvenate. Pricing wise, it's actually pretty reasonable. So if you pay attention to some of the description, you'll actually notice, like, for example, the roses that we bought came in a 3-pack. Arborvitaes were just 1, trees are just 1, but every now and then there's like a pack of 3, so pay attention to that. The biggest benefit of buying on Sunday, though, is that you get a really good selection. A lot of our local nurseries and plant places, they don't have all the stuff that you can find at Sunday's website. To top it off, Sunday will actually pay attention to what region you are. And if you're looking at a particular bush, they will actually tell you that your pH is a little too high or too low for your area. We do have a couple of shipments coming in a couple weeks that we plan to plant. If you want to see more information about that, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to make a video about that. But as for the lawn, I am going to continue with the subscription again this year to see how well it keeps improving. I am noticing there are really lovely sections of the lawn now where the grass is super thick, green, and very weedless. So if every year I get a little portion of my lawn that gets really nice like that, I'm guessing over 2 to 3 years it'll get really nice overall. I will be doing the soil test correctly this time, so I'll be sending that off soon, and hopefully when I get the results back I can share with you guys on what exactly that is. I am curious on, like, if I do the soil test, if they'll change my future shipments, because they do claim to customize the plan to suit your lawn. So does the soil test work in that customization, or are they saying customize just for size? So I'm still not sure what they're customizing. It seems like they picked my area, they picked my lawn size, and this is what you get. So I'll do the soil test correctly this time, and then once I get that back, if anything changes, I'll let you know. All right, so while editing this video, the soil test actually came back already. I think it took like maybe a week and a half or like 8 business days since I put it in the mailbox. That includes the shipping time, so they actually did the soil test really quickly. So anyways, to see the results of the soil test, you want to go over to Sunday's website, and at the top, drop down to the menu and click on My Plan. Then over here on the right hand side, click on See My Lawn Data. So then now it'll bring up your lawn data. And from here you can see all kinds of good information. Your rainfall, growth potential, temperatures, and the expected rainfall, historical rainfall. So if you keep scrolling down, you'll see that the soil test gives you kind of a fertility grade, nutrient grade, soil salt grade. And under here, the green stuff is good, obviously. And you can see that the yellow bit right here, I'm low on phosphorus. What's neat about the soil test is that you can actually learn a lot more about what each one of these elements does for your lawn. So like, for example, if you go over here to like sulfur, you can hover over the extra info and it says creates beneficial amino acids and aids in the new growth. So it's interesting to know what's in my lawn and what I have in abundance of or what I'm deficient in. So now that I know that it's my lawn is low on phosphorus, if you go back up to the top under the soil plan, you can see that there's a second line in here. So it will be incorporated into your plan, the lawn starter nutrient pouch. So for my soil test, it actually did create a change in my plan. So I was low on phosphorus, so they took out the northeast nutrients and they gave me the lawn starter. The lawn starter has more phosphorus in it, so hopefully that'll balance out this little deficiency that I have. Now it just kind of gets me a little excited because then next year when I do this plan again, which I probably will, I'll probably get a soil test then, and maybe we'll see if this phosphorus actually does get corrected by this change in the nutrient pouch. But anyways, it was really cool to see the lawn test results and to see that it actually does make a difference in my customized plan. So yes, it is customized to my lawn. So the lesson is do your soil test correctly. So if this all sounds pretty good for you, you can head over to Get Sunday at the link in my description below. That is a referral code. So if you click on that and you buy your first plan, you will get $50 off of your first subscription. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.